oh yeah you will lay a desire. Then I'd wear that power. Basically, I get to get this again. I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a market of my trade there. Well, you'll learn it was away. And as I go, that you are not, we say you. Papa Mora, get me up when anywhere, Momba Sibole. L'arrangeur parmi national, c'est trop fort. We are glad that we want by say so where that you are. I want to say, Bobo. Do a web that you go back for Monyo. Papa Yankita, Petit, brother Sassoni. Kaidaka. Bena Paya Posa Bobo, Mambo Panjago. Apple blow a café. One posa your café. We are for them one the upper clay you can. Nyan your see one. What's the cat to your way at your one? Emo Nesetoka. With this one for where they have it. Go on, yeah, I can't salute. What's the cat to your way at your one? Emo Nesetoka. Now, with this one for where they have it. Go on, yeah, can you get? Now, conquering your way when I know sound simply an end. Yeah, I do what you just grab the one. Are you over there? Are you an old type of that? Now we say you over. I want to your camera. I need a boy. Yes, I'm going to buy them when we get. Hey, am I gay? One of what I guess me, I'm going to end it the boy. Oh, Say, Bobo, that you are not with you. So, like it, I'm going to never go. Netoni and Layo. Hey, are you? Opo, just say, oh, yeah, I'm a walking ever. Kaidaka, when it was to work, I go to let you know your way. I just know. This is what I say. Say, Bobo, yeah. You like do I name one by one name on tell it by Potamu, Tanyada. Planning Papa, Winnie Gasia, Baka on Lage, the Pussy, the PSC, baby. There's no yes, you can up one. There was a bomb, was a dressy, Mango, Belly Bobo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. Back to a black guy, do it so say. I just want to lay a back to an apple, you see you okay. Wait, you, Ivo, Saibo, Engage a pop and rock where John B. Bangla. On the Kriana walk like a bad day, noir. Eh, so what I said. So, the man, you're naturally stand, clever, Sule. Bobo that you are not with you over. I'm done it. So on my way. I know Russell, Kay Bear Gospel. South Africa, your fault, your way. Thank you for your work there and my one. I'm the Pope and Yaguba. Don't feel it, I say, oh, Claudio. Say, back in what place we are coming. Say, Bobo that you are not with you over. Aba pepo swelu ni nde swelu kwa mungu manje tota siko bala babo jo ase pepo swelu so luke say ya re ase ba ye no gen one day ye your papa yo say mo le ya na o ariwo ase o ba ye amo amora da o Saibo that you are not with you. I was a rule of the open. So, Saibo, 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 that young one now will take you there. Mop madame le maire, oui, dans your main, dans the room. When you know I say, it's a mayo. That was where you also want when you. I'm original, I say.
Ouais, il a fait une chanson à Mobile Production, voilà. Et Mobile Production, c'est une structure qui est créée pour les jeunes qui sont dans le guémon, pour les jeunes de l'US tout. Mobile Production est là pour produire les jeunes talentueux, cachés, que les gens ignorent. Donc notre devoir, c'est de produire des talents cachés. Alors, il a fait un son pour Mobile Production.
Arrangé Eric Lodé, le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais. Jamais, jamais, au grand jamais. Mon bien production. Abia dia au bois. Amounia dro. Moi et toi pierre. Moi yé, pierre mon moi yé. Moi yé, pierre mon moi yé. A toi pierre qui a volé. Pierre mon moi yé. Ah pierre ouais. Ndato pierre se prononcer ide. A toi pierre qui a volé. A crossé au. Moi yé, pierre mon moi yé. Bossa bossa iko momo nje Piero ji mo were mango ye mo a Piero ji mo were mango ye mo Piero we bebe ha ji a were Piero momo nje mo ye o to Piero mo ye o Piero mo ye o Piero ji a were ba lo koje yo ji a were so no dunia emble Amado let's appelé Diamant qui bagnonné Mawadia qui bagnonné Dia Plebonné na kanyopo Siabu tiena De kanywe Kanyon de kogue se perdu de ya Piero moye Piero moye Piero moye Ogiarwa oyawesa Moye Jibla no pigeon boba Derbono Ma boye bleye Piero we Piero moye Mon blé production Oh Pierre mon blé production Assez au clan Ya ora que lo mo lo côté Piero moye Piero moye Piero moye Erico na Piero moye Ah Charlico na Piero moye A to Piero moye Die nya pa yeble to Piero die nya pa yeble Ah nie Piero Ah Piero we Piero moye Erico ya to Piero Mare bomu ya to Piero Erico de bomu ya to Piero Mi amo daka Yo jale ko ye nyobo pa Opa onda ye de nyani ye ble bra kitchen Dia o anade bro aja be atia Nyoro agade ke abudi ye Ono homono ne ka double ye Sobo somo soble so danyo Paseble asenyo na yeta esa ye dibo sanele To Piero jawe ke To Piero point son weke To Piero iwa mopa Kaya no e ka sene la taya mo la osiane To Piero ki agba ere papa ko Kia o a To Piero moye Ah nu agba mo e Dibe ko agba mo e Ah o lu agba mo e Piero we Ah Piero lu agba mo e Piero we Piero moye Piero moye Glayo padà we nebo kango Ah tidieji Ah tidie we Ah mara tidie me o Ao Upa karito kwenye tawake Asa o mande piero moye, 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 piero moye, moye, piero moye. Ese sonia wuti, ase o. Mama sabye Angela Wene, ye bobo pambla wiye Angela Wene, na ma bobo pambla wiye Angela Wene. Angela Dio, macha ba ke yo, daria Dio. Moye Angela moye. Oh, mama wo kemblo, yeah, mama kemblo de way you. Ah, je sais ma jackie, mama je sais Daniel Dio. Handa Nicola, me ya. Manda Nicola Gredu Taniaji. Nicola Breto Yamo, Ojuachie. Na ipo de wenke. Bla when on la jili agia, agia. Moye, Piero moye, 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 moye. Moye, 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 Piero moye, moye, ale, moye.
Samson told La Pop Radio again. I'm here with my own self tonight. We're not going to do any kind of dancing. I have my little one here, Gideon Toll. We're gonna have a conversation with him here tonight. I hope you guys will enjoy it. He's only gonna be here for maybe 15 minutes, and he'll be gone because he's already told me that. So please just bear with us here as we try to talk to him. So I'm not too sure if he can hear me. I'm sure it's much better, but okay, let's do it this way. I will hold the mic, ask a question, then I will pass it on to him. First of all, Mr. Toll, we want to welcome you for the first time on LIBERIA Public Radio. Thank you very much for joining us. Just for my audience, could you please lay back towards me a little bit so my audience can see you? Could you please briefly introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Gideon. I was born in August 1st, 2009. I was born in Sacramento, California. And yeah, my name is Gideon. So,
Thank you. Thank you. He was born August 1st, 2009. And 2009 was the time Boston District had a convention over there in Minnesota when Mr. Alfonso Zionso was the president. Of course, I was invited to be the guest speaker. So I think he was about 6 or 7 days old when I went to the stuff. And yeah, he is now. How old are you, sir?
like turning 10 this year.
What do you mean, like turning 10?
I'm 9 years old.
You're 9 years old. Okay. So what's going on? What? I asked you to join me tonight because I want to have a conversation with you. I think a lot of people have already warned you things they want you to say and not to say, but that's okay. We'll get to it. When if it's 50, folks, I am putting myself out here tonight for 10-year-old, 9-year-old young man. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth, and I expect that challenge because I got nothing to hide anyway. So I will have a conversation with him. So, Mr. Gideon Toll, what does the word Gideons mean to you?
Like, it's a name from the Bible. That's why my mother named me it. Named me Gideon.
So you're called Gideon because it's in the Bible. Speaking about Bible, what are some of the activities that you have with respect to Bible?
Like, like the whole entire family got up for this thing called devotion. And,
Or
like, we
devotion on what day?
on Saturday, every single Saturday.
So every single Saturday, there's a devotion, the entire family. Now, what else do you do besides the devotion? What else do you do for speaking strictly on the Bible issue? What do you do like on Sunday and something like that? What do you do?
Like, I watch some Bible stories. That's how I know some Bible stories.
Okay. Do you go to church or not?
I go to church.
Okay. Thank you very much. And who is your father? What is your father's name?
Samson.
Samson. And what is your mom's name? Okay, all right. Just say mommy because you don't call your mommy anyway. So just, folks, this is what I get. You just saw it. I said, "What's your father's name?" Samson. What's your mom's name? He ain't saying it unless he said mommy. You do you get that? This is what I get. This is what I get, folks. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead. So Gideon, are you in school by the way?
Yes.
What grade are you now?
Fourth.
Fourth grade. Okay. And how's school going?
Good.
It's going good. And why do you think you're going to school? Anyway, you explained to me the other day. Can you repeat yourself what you told me the other day about school?
I'm just trying to do myself a favor, get my education, and get a good job to make my future better.
So you're saying you're doing yourself a favor by going to school, getting an education to better off your life. What are some of the reasons you want to do that? Are you afraid of something you don't want to be if you're not educated?
Well, like, I don't want to be homeless. I don't want my future to be horrible.
You don't want to be homeless and you don't want your future to be horrible. That's good to know that. That's good to know that. So you're trying hard to educate yourself.
Yes.
So do you intend to go to college or just high school and that's it?
I will intend to go to college.
Do you have any relative of yours now that is in college you want to talk about?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Do you have any cousin who is in college?
Yes.
And what's his name? Okay, you don't. Okay, because folks, they we know him. He doesn't have cover to his mouth. So before, when I told everybody Gideon was going to be my guest tonight, he has gotten warning from everybody. Because he doesn't have cover to his mouth, and that's who he is. He's not afraid. He speaks his mind. So he has gotten a lot of warning. So when I ask him questions, you will notice when I ask him about his cousin who is at Long Beach right now, he very quiet about it because they already told him that. So I was trying to stay away from people's names because they told you to stay away from people. But let's talk about you a little bit. Let's talk about you a little bit. I know you're in school. You say you're in school and you're doing good, which is wonderful, wonderful. Uh, I know you're also. By the way, I understand your mom was. You were in your mom's stomach when you went to Liberia. What can
Yes.
you tell me about it?
Like, to be honest, I was not born and I
Okay,
don't
okay.
remember much of it.
Okay, okay. Please don't embarrass me. Folks, that's my son. My son just took me to the clinic, folks. It's no. I asked him a question. What does he remember when he was in his mom's stomach? And he said, to be honest with you, I don't remember anything because I wasn't born there. I love it. I love it. So, but anyway, come closer. Come closer. Don't run away from me. Okay. But I know your mom, you were in your mom's stomach when you went to Liberia. What do you know about Liberia?
Uh, some,
Not much.
yeah, not much.
Okay, but the church you go to is a Liberian church, isn't it? And who's your pastor?
I don't want to say
Okay,
anything.
you don't want to say. Folks, the people told him to stay away from people names, so we're going to respect that, and we're going to do our best to stay away from people name tonight. So, Gideon, as you look at this studio, who built this studio?
You did.
Who helped me out?
My brother.
How old is your brother? Okay. All right. We're going to stay away from that as well. He has an older brother here, and he doesn't want to rock the boat because he's going to be going, you know what? They're going to be together tonight. So I'm going to try to stay away from it. But your brother helped me to build a studio and what have you. Now, let me ask you another question. You can answer it if you feel like it. If you think it's embarrassing, you don't want to answer it, that's fine. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
Well, I have, I think, two sisters and two brother. I mean, one brother.
Uh-huh.
I think.
What do you mean by one brother? What's about all the other kids before you?
Oh yeah, two brothers. I'm just gonna share all the
Come
siblings.
closer.
I'm just gonna share all the siblings I know.
What do you mean? Wait a minute. What do you mean all the siblings you know? So there's a possibility that you might not know other siblings. Is that what you're telling me?
You have so many children, I don't even know some of
Oh
them.
my goodness. I have so many children. You don't even know most of them. Oh my goodness. Folks, I'm in a deep water right now as we speak. He said I have so many children. He doesn't even know some of them. That's okay. That's okay. That's who I am. That's fine. Okay. But tell me, how many do you know?
Like two brothers and two sisters.
Okay. Do you know Prince? Do you know Blee? Do you know Samson? Do you know Nelson? Do you know Sabah? You don't know Sabah. Do you know Beatrice? Okay. Then that is ST, that's Bebe, and that's you. That's 9. So, anyway, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. Let's talk a little bit. Do you have some friends? Come closer to me. I want you to lean into the mic. Do you have some friends at school?
Yes.
Okay. So but you get along with most of your friends at school, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What's about home? Do you get along with brothers and sisters at home as well?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Let's go deep into the times you don't get along with them. What do you think the reason would be that you don't get along with brothers and sisters at home?
I don't know, like to answer that.
You don't want to answer that. Okay. The folks, he's not dumb. I mean, he knows I'm not going to be around. Mom and dad not going to be around to protect him that much. So he knows. Alexander Yala, I'm putting myself out there, buddy. And I'm not going to bite it. I'm going to ask him some tough questions, and he can say how many. Folks, that's who I am. That's Bloku right there. By the way, he's not now yet. But one thing about him is that he doesn't have cover to his mouth. And whatever he feel that his body want to express it, he will. So, but anyway, but before we came on air, he was warned very strongly that he shouldn't name brothers and sisters, whatever. So let him just talk to me. So the conversation is getting kind of boring because I wanted to get some juicy stuff, things that my audience will want to hear. But he said he's not biting it. By the way, let me push it a little bit. So in a house, do you eat? By the way, do you eat? Do you
Yes.
eat well?
Yes.
Do you dress well?
Most of the time.
Most of the time. So the clothes you wear most of the time, who buy them?
My mother
Oh, your mom buys clothes for you. What's about your dad? Your dad, what does he do?
buy me clothes too.
Your dad buys you clothes too, but most of the time it's your mom.
Yes.
Okay. So is your dad working?
Yeah.
What does he do? You know?
Civil engineers.
Civil engineer. Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this now. You told me earlier that you're doing yourself a favor by educating yourself so that your life in the future will be better and not become horrible. So let me ask you that. Do you know yet what type of career you might want to pick?
Not yet.
Not yet? You don't know where you want to be when you start going to college, what you want to study, and what do you want to major in so that you will be able to make money? You don't know yet?
I'm still planning my future.
You're still planning your future. Oh my goodness. This future you're planning, is your dad and mom involved in helping you to plan this future?
I know because you guys will probably be gone.
Uh, Folks, did you hear that? Oh my goodness. No. We go, hey, give me my peanut oil. Folks, what kind of American song this here? You hear what he said? I got peanut. What do you mean by we will be gone soon? We ain't going nowhere. No, folks. I told you. Yeah, you see? Okay. uh, okay. All right. Look, let's talk a little bit about because I'll soon let you go. Um, have you been to the East Coast?
No.
But do you know you have other relatives in you? Do you know you already have other relative out in the East Coast?
I don't know.
Okay. Very shortly, Dad and Mom gonna take you guys to the East Coast, so you're gonna meet your cousins, and you got lots of cousins and all over the place. There are brothers and sisters that are watching you right now, and they're truly, truly enjoying you. And so, first thing, I want to make this a program because your sister, I'm not too sure. Wait a minute. I'm gonna push you. Between you, you say you have a brother, a sister here with you in the house. Between three of you, who's the smarter?
My sister.
Your sister is smarter than both of you?
Well, I can't tell who's smarter.
Okay, but your sister help you with your homework. She help you to teach you and stuff like that. What do you say to her?
I said thank you.
You say thank you to your sister. But is there any kind of arrangement between your sister and your father? Don't your dad don't I pay your sister to teach you, right?
Oh yeah.
So how many dollars do I pay your sister a month? Come closer.
40.
$40 a month to teach you. So she's helping you, but I'm paying her. Correct? Let me ask you that: do I pay regularly, or I pay sometime? I don't pay sometime. In fact, am I owing your sister and you by now?
Uh,
No, says. If I owe you, says so. If I owe your sister, says so. It's me. It's not anybody else. So am I owing you?
yes.
How much do I owe you? Come
Like,
closer.
like you did miss a few months, so
I missed a few months, but why am I paying you to do what for me?
like to work for you,
What kinds of work do you do for me?
give you water and
Give
stuff.
me water when I'm eating. And I have to pay you to give me water when I'm eating. So how many dollars you think I owe you now?
Like I think 70.
$70 just to get me water. Okay, so how much dollars do you think I owe your sister as well?
Like a lot of money more than me.
Oh, I owe your sister more than you. So apparently I have not paid any of you guys. But let me ask you this though. You live in my house. You eat my food. You sleep under my roof. Why do I have to pay you for you to get me water?
Because that's basically working for you.
Oh, that's basically working for me. And so when you work, you expect to get paid. Wow. From a 10-year-old, folks. If this was in total, is it, but don't pay me, I will bring you water free. But we're in America. And so he's telling me to give me water. I got to pay him because he's working. Oh my goodness. Okay, Gideon, I want to thank you very much because I got to go on with my rest of the show. I want to thank you very much for having fun with me this evening. We appreciate it. Now, before you go, is there anything else you want to say before I let you go?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. By the way, I see here you have African attire, African clothes. How did you get these?
Just found it in my closet. I mean, you brought it from Liberia.
I brought them from Liberia. Wow, and they still fit you. So what do you think your dad was able to make that judgment to say, "Oh, this will fit my son"?
I tried it on.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, before you go, you have a cousin in Philadelphia. You never met him. He just had a birthday yesterday. His name is Nakti. Nathaniel Christ's son. Say happy birthday to the boy.
Happy birthday.
Say happy birthday, cousin. We'll meet one day.
Happy birthday, cause we would meet one day.
Okay. All right. Once again, what's your names before I let you go?
Gideon.
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 Gideon what and what?
Gideon Joseph Toe.
Gideon Joseph Toll. You're from Toll Town, isn't it?
No.
No? What do you mean? Oh, no, I can't let you go now. You're not from Toll Town. Where you from?
I was born here.
And so, what do you mean you're born here? Your mom from Bison, your father from Toza, from Totown, Grand County. What make you think that are you a Grandidian?
Well, I'm Liberian American because my mother was in America when she born me.
So, because your mom born you in America, that make you American, Liberian American. So, do you know? So, do you like Totown?
Well, I never see it, so I don't really know.
So because you never seen it, so you don't really know whether you like it or not. But I was in Totown the other time and I made some video. Did you look at the video?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like Boston District?
Mm, Still don't know.
Okay. Do you like Grand there?
Mm. I haven't met Liberia before, so I don't even know if I like Liberia or not.
Okay. You never met Grandidians before. You have your uncle James is here. He's from Grandida, and Totown is one of the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city in the whole world. Beautiful than Sacramento.
Beautiful in California.
Yeah. Grandida is beautiful. Grandida is beautiful than California.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks for agreeing with me. And I really appreciate it. I think your moms, you guys getting ready to go to church here. So thank you very much for taking time with us this evening. And we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Anything else you want to say? Okay, I love you. And I think all your brothers and sisters love you. And I think you did a wonderful job by not coming out here to telling them on the. But I will press you next time when I bring you on air. I will press you to tell me what are some of the things between you and your brothers and your sisters. So we'll talk about that. Thank you very much. All right, folks. Be careful how you get out there. I got a lot of lights, a lot of equipment over there. Folks, that's my son. He's 9 years old. And there you have it. There you have it, folks. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. I'm going to go ahead and take a little break here. And then I will be back. I will be back to he said he got something else. Hold on. Yeah.
Okay, my sister wants to join the Liberian Public Radio, so yeah, have fun with that.
Okay. Your sister wants. That's fine. Not now. We'll pick her up another time next week. Thank you very much. Be careful how you get out of the studio, please. Okay, folks, that's my son, and I will be back. Let me take because I want to make some rearrange some stuff here. I'm going to leave this chair here, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the stuff on, and please stay with me. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. Let me give you now. Here's this other music that I told you about it last time. I'll play the music, and this particular music that I keep playing is telling people that this bird that you will see continue to call for rain. Calm down, rain. Calm down, rain. The bird will call, and people in their song are asking the bird, "You don't have place to stay. You don't even have a roof. You stay in the canopy, high canopy of the forest, and you're calling for rain. When rain comes, where will you stay?" In simple words, you're somewhere. Instead of you in your own community, instead of you to try reason for people to work together and make the community better, you continue to ferment information, give information, raw information, cussing people, and saying all kinds of stuff. And you think you're doing well in the community. No, you're not. Because when the rain comes, where will you go? And these are some of the things that Samson told and the rest of the people continue to talk about. That we have to work together. Because we are, every one of us, in one boat the same time. Let us believe each other. Let us continue to work with each other. Let us continue to respect each other, and we will move forward. Because you can't do this thing all by yourself. I give you another example. There's a parable back home. Say the man crossing the river. He has a boat. In the boat, he had leper in the boat. He had rice, rice, in a boat, and he had goat in a boat. Which one does he use to cross first? Because all four of them don't fit in a boat. He has to take two first, or leave two behind. If he leave the leper and the goat behind, the leper will eat the goat. If he takes the rice and the leper definitely will eat the rice. If he take the goat and the rice, goat will eat the rice. Which one is he gonna leave behind? Think about it. Let me set up stuff and then I will get on with the program. Thank you guys. That's my son. I really enjoy myself, to be honest with you. But they block me, the mom, the sister, everybody blocked me because they know if he were to be allowed to say, to be free and talk to me, you will be laughing throughout the night. Okay, folks, let's listen to this. Samson to LeBron. I'll be right back.
Le Diboussou, Chablo Yanta, le Saba Boy, Saba Yoga. Le Anglais m'a dit, on va pas où est le loin. Le Bocolo est si à Bobé, le nous n'y voit la fille de Kéna, pour avoir son école dans mon père. Je suis Chablo là, so. Bonne Joja, bonne comme un way, il y a que moi, c'est un loin. Le Bocolo Joja, c'est un comme un way. Elle me sait voler la trouve, sous le nous n'y voit la. Pauni baso mono suta mubeo ngwadewa Ara luki Pauni baso mono suta mubeo Klo Ane ablie sogo abaira Konu kwedu sialuwe Lachiawe sialuwe Bobiewe na Yegbere klaluwe Sedre nyokonwo Wako isi aboble la tuwa Suwa nuni wele Ipomo suwa keno kwa difwa We mwana jafiro sonwe ye Kamo bien do mo igbe o Joja mama Come we anu se bole la tuwa so we nu ni wele Mojo si awe pa yan kan wa nu trouble de Jamuri pote wa o lo yan Tutu pote wa o Onu lo yan duwe Popo we de mo o Anu se bole la tuwa so we nu ni wele nyoma komasi muwe mwako rimanju sura ne manyowe Monje dela nyoma mosu na yo monje diama nyoma na mo wa uruwo Monje che ada nyoma na mo so na yo Bela juru wa o Ya luigi pote wa o Bela nyoma jagbe muwe luigi pote wa o Atati pote wa o Ọ̀rọ̀ nyọ́mọ̀ kọ́ wẹ̀dẹ̀ wọn o, ọ̀nà tẹ́ gbòòrè láti wọ́n tún wẹ̀ nú níwèrè. Nígbà sùn wẹ̀ sọ̀kò tá mú fẹ́ o. Tòtí kẹfẹ́ máa dé. Sọ̀wí gbèrọ, bébé kárí lẹ́sẹ̀ àṣọ jùsọ̀ àwòrán-gbọ̀ntì. Ẹ̀fínò, àṣẹ ìjáwé máa èdèrọ̀ di. Yàrá Stéphanie, Sèvè de Côte d'Ivoire, wọn àwẹ̀ à. Mọ̀mọ́ kọ́wé dẹ̀rùn ẹ̀, ó lè ṣe kòrè rẹ̀ tù wá sí ẹ̀rú níwèé rẹ̀. Yọ̀lá nígbà sùn ẹ̀ lọ́yọ̀ tó ta mú bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Yàmúrí pọ́tẹ́ wà o, fèrè jùsù pọ́tẹ́ wà o. Wípé yàmú ìṣòro ìbá ìdí. Mo kọ́wé dẹ̀rùn o, wọn kọ́ èèyàn mú o. Mo kọ́wé dẹ̀rùn sàrú wa kọ́ èèyàn mú o. Ìjẹ́ lọ́yọ̀jú wẹ́ bàgà Nàìjíríà ọ̀dẹ́. Yẹ̀yàn gbé mọ̀nà Nàìjíríà ọ̀dẹ́. We are going to move. Momo call with them, so we are going to move.
Nous appelle que on José que wa nous le yandai. Youssou et Chablo, des finos de Kela. Le mettant un pot d'ail. Mon doudou est mon popo yabi. De Rosette ne.
Boko we dan mo bien lenye mo. Boko we dan mo bien lenye mo. Mamanda iloki yo, nese kwa wenyo, nese kwa wenyo. I don't think yo, nese kwa wenyo, nese kwa wenyo. Kwa wadani, nese kwa ble.
Bagno Julien.
Ibe onoliki yo, nese kwa wenyo.
Nyoma joya mwe mangu.
Tondu bruzwe, nebo ya biye. Tondu bruzwe, nebo amiga.
Masino de Masino.
Yes, I been there, you is a go when you.
Maman Diaye Florence. Son Catherine.
On get a day, Jenny, and just a go when you.
Angèle Founé Bleka.
I know my body, you, Nabo Boya Bimbo.
Inana Colette.
Oh, now when you.
Mate Hélène. Tade Joséphine.
So now when you.
Ah, Maman Taylor.
Okay, folks, I think I've opened a can of worm. Now my daughter is willing now to come in and say something very brief. She says she's not going to be here long. Come on, come on. Just remember now, she's very tall, so we have to. She's very tall, taller than me. Okay, sit down, lady. That's my daughter. Okay. Good evening, madam. What's your name?
Benonto.
Huh?
Benonto.
You better say it correctly. What's your name?
Benonto.
Beno?
Yeah.
Beno.
Ben-
Pepe woman. Beno. Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. What's on your mind? You say you're not going to be here that long. What's on your mind?
Okay, so.
You just call your name first of all. You live here.
Mhm.
In my house.
Mhm.
Okay. But anyway, how old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
12 years old. Okay. What's on your mind?
So today is Easter Friday, as many of you guys might know. So I came here to say that
Face the camera.
our Lord Jesus Christ, He is a really good God. You guys might be going to church, but that doesn't mean you guys are saved. You guys have to realize how good Jesus Christ is and stuff like that. And I came out here to say, like, if you're going through anything bad or like any type of trouble or any wrong times, like you don't have money or something like that, just know that God is real and he's a good man. God's real, and tomorrow is always greater than today. And remember to praise God And God bless you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, that's my daughter, Bainato. Now, watch. Okay, yeah, I am. Stand up. Stand up. Here we go. Yeah, you see? She's almost taller than me now. She's only 12 years old. Thank you very much, madam. We appreciate it. And we hope to bring you on next time, and then we can have a serious conversation. But thank you for giving us a one of culture here. Thank you very much. Easter Friday to everybody. Be careful how you go out there. I don't want you to kick me off. Be careful. Don't knock me off the air, please, please. Okay. All right, folks. Samson told. Now let's get the ball rolling. Let's get the ball rolling. Thank you, my daughter, my son. Okay. Uh, Alex Yala. Say, he said, hell no. We met you, leave you, we will leave too. We want run, we want running. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right, let's get it going. Let's get it going, folks. I'm not going to be here any longer, and I'm going to be a very short one. But let's go ahead. Let's go, Dr. Weir, Dr. Weir, Dr. Weir. Okay, folks, Samson too, like Dr. Weir. But anyway, thank you very much again for joining us. I just want to make I was just one topic I'm going to be talking about here tonight, and again, I will continue to preach uh, to my people, to all of us, to please find reason to work together because it's all we have. Liberia. That's it. You see these two beautiful kids here? Now, the question for me, are they going to go back to Liberia? Now, they will only be able to gravitate towards Liberia if I have that, you know, mindset to say I want my kids to go back to Liberia. Which every one of us want that. But what condition are they? You have your kids. Do you want because of the love of a country, you want your kids to go into fireplace when the war was happening, people were dying just because they want to save their kids. Most people were running not because they were afraid of dying, but they were afraid of their kids. Everybody want your kids to be good, do better than what you're doing now. So if we have these kinds of stuff continue to happen back home, every one of us have kids. Every one of us have kids. Some of us have more than the other. I got what 20. So who's counting? But anyway, the point is we must work together for the future of these children. For the future of these children. There's a young man in Philadelphia, Nathaniel Christ's son. And I told him yesterday that I appreciate the way I mean, this young man is so smart, so intelligent. It's unbelievable. He has leadership ability like you never seen before. But how does he get to help us? These are some of the things only he will be able to help us if we give him an area that perhaps he will be willing to step in. So we are in like not a battle, but we are in some sort of a predicament. Let's put it that way. Because some of us want our kids to go home. At the same time, you don't want your kids to go and suffer over there. So just like kinds of stuff that we keep talking about. Okay, let me talk. Let me say something. Let me go on now. Oh, okay. Leopard, gold, cassava leaf. Okay, whatever, whatever. But anyway, thank you. But let me go. Let me go on to my main subject matter here tonight. It's going to be a very brief one. I told you guys yesterday. First of all, we want to thank Mr. So for allowing us to come on his show yesterday. I told you guys yesterday when front page Africa, for me, front page Africa has always been double-edged sword as far as I'm concerned. But that's their job. That's what a good journalist is supposed to do. You don't write papers or write something that favors somebody and then it's something that you know. And that's what Front Page Africa continue to do, my opinion. Because they will write both sides of the story most of the time. If you do good, they write about it. You do bad, they write about it. Ronnie Shane and his people don't care for favoritism. And that's what they're supposed to do. Yesterday, they gave us two good news for Liberia that the Liberian government is doing. They didn't hide it. They didn't sweep it under the rug.
It is their right. If they wanted to publish it, they did. If they didn't, you can't force them. But because they know if the government is doing something good, they will say it. If the government is doing something that they don't think is right, they will write it. It's not because of their opinion. They write it for us to read and make our judgment. But other people, when they see that, they call them names, insulting them. So I just thought that I'd show you that yesterday. Let me now go on. If the same front page Africa, but no, but this other story came from uh Daily Observer. Okay, Daily Observer. When we were having a conversation yesterday, I told you about the ex-rebel, and those of you who've been fathering, you will know that the ex-rebel went to the at Monserrado County Attorney General office yesterday to apologize. But here is what they wrote about that. Okay, I want to read this. I want to read this because these ex general, they first of all, they're not doing themselves a favor, to be honest with you, because what they have done, they're giving teeth to those who want war crime court in Liberia. And in fact, there's another paper that also pointed out that the ECOWAS community, the West African community or leadership, whatever, they are quite concerned about ex-rebel coming into play. They're not doing themselves a favor because since the war, you never heard the person, this ex-rebel did that, he did this. Why now trying to put yourself in the eyes of the public when everybody trying to doing their best to try to put the war behind us, and then you're gonna come and flaunt it right before us again? What was it? What was it that they were trying to prove? But anyway, let me read this. Let me read this. And this is from Daily Observer, folks. This is from Daily Observer. It said, uh, okay, ex-rebel general storm Temple of Justice. Okay, say normal court activity at Temple of Justice on Thursday, April 18, came to a temporary halt when several ex-generals from three defunct rebel factions and the disbanded armed forces of Liberia stormed the courtyard in two jeeps. One of them, now this is the interesting one. You see why people are tying this thing to the government? And that's what I suggested yesterday, that the government need to come out to distance themselves from these people. Not because they're bad, that's not the point. But the government should not be in the business of organizing ex-generals. If you want to recruit them, putting them in the army, let them have the position in the army. That way, Liberians recognize that their brothers and sisters, they are serving their country. But there's what position are they serving? Let me read that again. A white jeep bearing marking indicating it is assigned to the Ministry of State. A white jeep, one of the jeep that carry these ex-general to the Temple of Justice. One of them, one of the marking has bearing marking indicating it is assigned to the Ministry of State. And one of the things that people were talking about here, the rumor that was going on, that these people were put together by Mr. McKay, who is, I think, he's a state affair or something. Okay, the people that are not working for government, why are they riding in the Ministry of State vehicle? I don't know that. And then they say the other one, a black jeep without license plate in Liberia. Why? Why are we doing this? And that's why the foreigners, the foreign country leaders in West Africa are concerned, and they have the right to be. Just yesterday, I read to you how much the Liberian government is doing so much good. They were able to secure funds to help the about 10,000 interior youth. They also were able to negotiate with Guinea for Guineans to use the Liberian rail. You have these people. Is a Guinean supposed to be free now to say yes, we're going to go through, or do you want Guinea to bring their train and arm it to the teeth because they want to protect their property? Is that what we want? Every time the government of Dr. Weah move one step, something will come out and pull them back. Okay? So the question is, let me just read that. If these people, let me just say it again. If these people have no connection with the government, how did it come about using government vehicle? If unless they were arrested and were going to the temple of justice, then they can ride government vehicle. But if they're not arrested, why? What kind of who assigned government vehicle to them? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking question. Okay. So let me go on. They dismount the vehicle in such military style and fashion that was clearly meant as a show of force, but, but with which frightened people, mainly partying leader, and then scaring for safety. The way the people got out of the car, the people say they were concerned. Okay, that's fine. They can show, like I said yesterday, these people have all right to associate with whomever they want to associate. They have all right to form an association, call it ex-rebel association. It doesn't matter to me. They have the right. They have the constitutional right. Until they violate other people's constitution, the government cannot hold these people for nothing. That I can say. However, if they make statement like they make, people are concerned and frightened, then it is my thing is the government have to come out to distance themselves, because the government should not be in the business of organizing ex-rebels. You can't do that. What would be your, unless you want to you want them to be in the security force to help you to safeguard the country. Stay so. You have the right. You're the head of the government. You are the government. You can employ whoever you want to employ. As long as the person passes smell test for you, that's fine with us, with me. But for you to say that they are ex-rebel, they have nothing to do with you, but yet still they're using government vehicle. How did they get it? If what they wrote here, if it's true. But let me go on. You know, okay. One of the reasons they went over there, they have following several hours of closed door discussion with the office of the attorney general. They came out and they said they apologize. They're sorry for their behavior. They don't mean to. They don't mean no harm. Basically, what they were trying to do was to advise their friend, who is also a member of their group, the Honorable Koluba, to tell him to stop the way he's doing. If you're going to do that, do you have to have a press conference? If he's truly a member of your organization, if he's member of your organization and your friend, there's no other way to communicate with him than to other than coming on public forum to give him ultimatum. And Liberians didn't hide their feelings. They didn't hide their feelings. They were expressing it openly that this is not right. They have not violated anybody's constitution, right? They have not violated any law as far as I'm concerned by them getting together to have a press conference. What I believe, what I thought that was perhaps not right is to have called the name of a sitting representative to say you have 72 hours to report to us or we will come and get you. Then at that point you have crossed the line. Because these same ex-rebel leaders, generals, they've been represented in the representative house of representative by someone. I believe some of them live in different districts. If you have issue put together, people will listen to you. If you approach this, hey, we don't like what Representative Coluba is doing. But Representative Coluba continue to say everything that he's saying. He's saying it on behalf of his constituents. That makes him speaking as a representative. And in the Constitution, you can't prosecute anybody, any of those people that are speaking for their constitution, especially representatives, senators, and even the executive. You can't people for expressing their view that is being expressed through the office that they're holding. And you say you want to go prosecute somebody, good luck. So again, I'm glad that they found reason to go and meet with whoever they met with and came out publicly that they apologized. Okay, and let me read the apologies that this general, one of the general, is General Power is name. In short, in a short interview with Judicial Express, blah blah blah. Okay, General Power said we were only telling our brother and former General Coluba to come to us so we can advise him that his threatening statement against the state and the government was wrong, and therefore we should refrain from making such statement. But we do not intend to arrest our former general. Power claim. If that's what you're going to do, why make that kind of statement? As I stated before, these people, they didn't do themselves a favor either, because by you doing what they did the other day, they have now given reason to those other brothers and sisters that continue to push the line of having war crime quote in Liberia. They can use these kinds of stuff and show it to the international community to say we need something. And I believe ECOWA is now getting involved. They're concerned. I read something that I'm not too sure where, but I read something today that they're concerned. If these people continue to express themselves like that, the international community are also concerned. Because if Liberia is going to come with these kinds of stuff, then at what point do they want to be developed? So once again, I hope that the right route that this government is taking by seeking the interests of its people. Let us continue to pray for each other. I asked the other day, and God is wonderful. God is there to move mountains. Just by me asking that we offered a prayer for Liberia, and I'm sure most of you did. Look at this. They were able to secure a loan. And what I like about this loan is Dr. Weah and his people are not just looking at Monrovia. They decided, okay, whatever problem we have in Monrovia, we'll deal with that. But for now, let's see if we can get some sort of a program that will help the interior youth so they don't come running to Monrovia all the time. My people, what you don't see the sensible idea from this government? The government is wonderful. I say so. Okay? So once again, if the government is doing these kinds of stuff, every time they move one step, something will happen that will bring them by. Now we're also talking about in these kinds of avenue of good news. We also have to talk about the X reservoir. Okay, so these are the kinds of stuff that we Liberian going to have to think about. We're missing out. We're missing out. In my community, in my Jida community, I can name the amount of young people with master degrees, some with PhD. I can count the finger, take off my shoes, and count all my toes and go borrow all my kids borrow their toes and I don't mean it to be funny. Borrow their toes, their finger, and still come because there's so many of them. And I bet you that particular type of living condition is not just Jida communities, all over. Go to Nima County. Go to Nima County and see the amount of educated people you have. Young people. Forget about me. I'm too old. I'm talking about young, educated Nimadians. Then you go to Lofa County. the book county of Liberia. Go to Lofa County. Then go to Cape Mount. Before you start coming to Grand Bassa County, all over. The young Liberians are educating themselves like nothing before. But here we are. We're going to have the government, instead of encouraging young people, the young educated, doesn't matter where you come from, bring them home. Bring them home. They will help. Those that will come and not quite ready, they want to come with some kind of babatista, you kick them out. That means they're not serious. But most young Liberians that I know, professionals, now want think about it. My people, you think about it. Those of you that are watching me right now, you're 46 of you, 47 of you. Look among yourself. When was the last time your peers, your own Liberian buddy, gone to jail for stealing in America? I don't see you. Because the integrity among the Liberians in the diaspora is high. So, but if these people are blessed and go to Liberia, they will help. On Dallas Dillon's show the other day, and I'll copy that. I will play it one day. At the end of the show, one young Liberian used to work for Ministry of Finance, but he's no longer there because CDC, they kicked him out. But the boy spoke for almost 30 minutes. And some of the things he was saying is unbelievable. Within that 30-minute time that young man spoke, not once that he came with envious behavior. Not once that he said the people kick me out of jail, they know I qualify. No. All he continued to say, and he was saying at that time, we, those of us that have the little knowledge, will have to focus ourselves, get together, and approach this government so we all can help. That's all he was saying. How can we help? That's the kind of question we need to ask. Dr. Weir, how can we help? Yeah, Dr. Weir is your president now, but Dr. Weir do not own Liberia. So the question that's supposed to come from us as Liberia, how can we help? We do that here in these little diaspora organizations, county organizations. We don't ask. Any man want to be president? Let me be president now. You're not going to get anything. If we insist that these people, they say they want power, let them have it now. Then what are we complaining for now? With the few who are elected for 6 years. Say, yeah, what we making all that noise for now? The kind of noise that we're supposed to be making is the question that I just asked. How can we help? Yeah, they will reject you. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Let me go down that route again tonight. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Let me go down this route again tonight. Let me go down this route again tonight. There are people, and they're quite successful now. I've already put Dr. Weir in a bubble. And it will be tough to get him out of that bubble. I believe that those who put Dr. Weir in a bubble, first thing, they have nothing to offer for Liberians. As a result, because Liberians continue to ask questions, how can we help? If these people take Dr. Weir out of the bubble, and you go ask that question, Dr. Weir say, oh, so we're supposed to do that, we're not doing that, you can't help. These people will not have jobs. They will not get close to the power to be. So they will resist you. They will resist you. How do you beat them? You say, Mr. Toe, how do you beat these people? This is my suggestion. The way you beat these people is not by insulting, or it's not by accusing when you have no proof. If somebody is guilty, until found guilty in the court of law, why you even bother about it? Let the law take its course. But the way you beat these people is by being sincere with Dr. Weir and his people. How can we help? There's so many organizations here in the United States. So many organizations here in the United States that perhaps will be willing to help you to ask that question. How can we help? Because once people find out that your interest for the country is high and that your behavior is genuine, that you want to see a successful Liberia, they will help you. But you get the government power, the government West and all the other government before. The government ain't know nothing, man. What kind of government say? The man, you're a football player, you're not government, what you know about leadership? You're missing the mark. First, if you start making these kinds of statements, ridiculous statements, the first thing you don't have Liberia at heart. I would argue that. And then you say, Mr. To, why would you say that? Let me give you my point, please. If you have Liberia at heart, you have the right to criticize, but you must be responsible in your criticism. You cannot insult people and call that criticism. It's not right. It's wrong. If you want to criticize, you're an educated person. There are many languages, the words, phrases that you can use that will be able to describe the same thing you want without using insult words. You have the right to criticize. You have the right because people are really down. Liberians are suffering back home. We know that. But do you expect, honestly, you see, when you do these kinds of stuff, then you make me feel like you're not quite serious. Do you expect Dr. Weah and this government to fix what have broken over 140 some more years? You expect them to fix it in 2 years? Forget 100 some year. Let's go to the last 12 years. According to some of the papers that I have here, $25 billion went through the past administration. All of these problems this government is facing. Yes, some of them are on false error. We're not going to take blame for other things, but most of them didn't just start. So in order to be sincere, first of all, you must recognize that this government cannot fix everything at once. And once you come to that realization, then your engagement with the government perhaps will be something that all of you and the government will be happy to talk to each other. But if you start condemning before you even engage, then what are you going to do? Dr. Weir and the people are just like any other Liberian. They're also concerned. Okay? And you can't blame them. You know? You pass somewhere, snake by you, when you go in that simply, you flaka, you're running away. So that's exactly what it is. So you can't just get up and say, I want to do something. That's good. But you must be sincere. The country is yours. Nobody gonna take that country away from you. Not Dr. Weir, not CDC, not WDC, not ABC, nobody except God when He calls you home. Other than that, Liberia is your home. And look at this, folks. 25%, according to some of the stories that I've been reading and people been saying, 25% of Liberia economic come from you, the Liberian diaspora. 25%. If you take that 25% away, the government will have serious problem. And so you have the right to criticize. But all I'm saying is that you should do so with responsibilities. I'll give you an example. We're talking about the ex-rebel issues. I know people know it's wrong, but you don't approach that by insulting. Then you have nothing to offer. You approach it by saying things that perhaps, even if they don't make sense, but say it in a way that people will be willing to listen to you. But if we don't do so, we're going to have issues. Okay? This situation that is happening in Liberia is very, very disheartening for all of us. None of us enjoy it. Whether you support CDC or you don't support CDC, nobody enjoying it. But they decided, some people, some sedition, they want to throw it in the face of Liberians. That's also wrong. Those Liberians that are talking and criticizing, perhaps they're doing it some way that I, Samson, too, will not do, or perhaps that I'm not comfortable with, but it is their right to criticize. I have another video here that I'm going to be playing next week where Alexander Cummings was somewhere in a building in Liberia and the people started insulting him and they were videotaping at the same time. And people were on Facebook jubilating. First of all, he's Liberian. Second, he's somebody's father. Third, he's somebody's husband. Fourth, he's somebody's relative. Because he wants to be president, basically you're cussing in public like that? Because he wants to be president? You have the right to elect him. You have the right not to elect him. But to stay in public to cuss him and try to embarrass him while he's walking with his family members. Where is the civility that's supposed to be within us? What has Alexander Cummings done so much that he deserved that kinds of thing? For what reason? Because he want to be president. Because he want to be president. What make you think that I can't come from my own studio right now and say I want to be president of Liberia? Does that give you right to cuss me? These are things that we have to be mindful of. These are the kinds of stuff that I'm talking about. Even if you are die-hard sedition, it doesn't require people to insult someone because they think they can get away with it. The same thing with the critics of Dr. Weir. Criticize him if you can, but insulting him for what? You think if you were to 4 or 5 years ago and show what is happening now and have like a crystal ball and say, Dr. Weir, you say you want to be president. Look what will happen. You think that young man will even allow himself to put himself in that kind of stuff? Which one of you among us that will want to put yourself in the type of position where people will be cussing you every day? You're a human being like any other person. Because of that, I believe maybe Dr. Weir don't even go on Facebook anymore. For what reason? Because he's president of a nation, the nation that has not failed yet. You still have people, yes, some of the things. They see critics. They can't stay away from Liberia. Every 6 months, they're going home to build. You're going to a place to build houses and things like that. And then when you come from it, that country is so rotten. That country, that not place to stay. 6 months later, you're going back again to finish your house. Who you fooling? Who you fooling? Then you want people to take you serious. You're building houses in Liberia. But when you come back to work and make money and go build, then you cussing. How dumb these people are, they're running the country. They're not serious. They're so dumb, they're so corrupt. 6 months later, you're going by to go finish your house. My people, what are we doing to ourselves? What is it that we're doing to ourselves? We will continue to plead with all of you guys. Please, let's work together. Only together that we will be able to get out of this mess we find ourselves in. Dr. Weir alone, he and his CDC coalition, whatever you want to call it, they will not be able to pull us out all by themselves. We, as Liberians, will be able to do that. I was making a statement earlier and I diverged onto other stuff. Dr. Weir was elected by Liberians. He was not elected by Ghanaians. He was not elected by Ivorians. He was elected by Liberians. You can condemn, you can criticize, but when you say this government is not legitimate, are you not saying that your brothers and sisters that elected Dr. Weah and his people are also fraud? Is that what you're saying? Why do we have to take that route? I don't know these people. They don't even know me. If I count the amount of people that I know that working in the government, maybe one person. The other one is not there anymore. So I don't have anybody in there to say, oh, I got relative there. No. But when the people are doing something that is good a little bit, my people, you don't praise them. If they're doing something good, the same way we're going to criticize. If they do something that is right, you don't praise them a little bit, my people. You know, those of us that are from the countryside, we have a saying. When you go on a farm, people who can brush well, they should be able to continue to sink behind you so you will go on and brushing fully. Folks, it's Friday evening. This is Samson told like Pub Radio. I'm going to go ahead. I didn't start with my safeties earlier, so I will just end it with safety. Please, whatever you do, don't drink and drive. It's Friday afternoon on my side. It's 9 something over there in the East Coast. Please don't drink and drive. Because here's the thing, I'm speaking from experience. Because those days when Samson told you to throw air ball, you know what I mean by throwing air ball? Okay. You see here? Wow, what about that? Throwing the air ball up? Baku! I don't do those anything anymore. But anyway, when you're going to do those things, you have family members, you have brothers and sisters. Some of you are in school and still working, supporting family while you're going to school because there's something in you that want you to do something better for yourself and with your life. You get drunk, you're driving in times of accident. God help us, you save, nothing happened. But can you imagine if you hurt anybody? What would be on your conscience? What your conscience gonna be like for the rest of your life? Good yet, nothing happened to nobody, but the police pull you over. Your license immediately gonna be suspended. And when you go to court, the amount of money you will pay, you will not believe it. The kind of thing places they will send you, treatment that you don't need. They say you need treatment. You're gonna pay. It's a lot of money. Just something that you're doing for pleasure. Please, we all love you. Because if you're not alive, how come I will get people watching me? But if you're still alive, you'll come here. Even if you don't like what I'm saying, you'll criticize me. Even other people will curse me. But the mere fact that they're alive, we say, thank God. So please, don't drink and drive. In your car, the summer is coming up. Have water, blanket, and flashlight at all times. When you get up to go somewhere, getting outside, go into your car, walk around your car for maybe 1 or 2 seconds, and you will see if anything's wrong with the car, you would know. And those of you that live in places like California and stuff like that, they watch for your tail lights. If you don't have tail light, you got issues. And so you walk around your car or put somebody in the car and then stay behind the car at night or in the evening and say, please turn my signal on. They turn it. Say left, they go left, it come on. Go right, they go right, it come on. Step the brakes, they step the brakes. You say, okay, sit down, stand behind there. You put it in reverse, the light show. You're okay. You do the same thing in the front. And the front lights, most of the time, you say, oh, my headlight blown. No. Most of the time, because of the driving and the shaking and stuff like that, it's just a little wire that will come loose. And just all you have to do is just bang on that light. Just tap, boom, boom. Light will come back on. You can get yourself out of a lot of jam. So, folks, this is Samson to LeBron Pub Radio. I want to appreciate all of you again this evening, Friday evening. We say thank you very much. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Let's go ahead and go back to Kou again. Kou is ya boble at the boy and ya near Niger Mupai. This is Kou. Kou, you get 15 place in Montreal to stay. But every day we went demonstrate. We're going to go demonstrate. We want to bring the government down. You even get a place to stay. Then when our government come down, he said, "Oh, but what I'll do now? What are you gonna do?" And that's why it's good to work together. The government is not perfect. The government will do some stuff that some of us will not agree with. We're gonna criticize it if we can. But if the government is doing something that is nice, that is good for us, let's praise the government a little bit. These are our own brothers and sisters. Yeah, they're in position and they don't even want to be bothered with some of us. But when they were not in position, some of us, we all used to talk. But they're in position and they don't talk. That's fine. I don't care. But that doesn't mean because they don't want to talk to me anymore. So if they do something good, I shouldn't say it. That's not how it works. Folks, Samson Tor, LeBron Public Radio, I want to thank all of you again tonight. We say thank you very much. Please, let's do it again next week. Tune in Sunday for Mr. Soul Show. It's been a Samson Tor. Did I say Ben or Samson Tor? What? I'm saying it's been a wonderful Samson Tor. Yeah, sometimes I can really rock it too. It been a Samson Tor. Yeah. What wrong? I can't speak crown English. The other side, my man. What wrong? What kind of business there? I'm allowed to speak crown English. When we were where you? Samson Tor, LeBron Public, folks. We want to thank all of you again this evening for joining us. Eventually, one of these days, we're all going to be having a wonderful, wonderful conversation on LeBron Public Radio as brothers and sisters. Let me now leave you and say good night to all of you. Please join us again next week as we come out to talk about burning issue from Liberia. Once again, it is not our intent to degrade. It is not our intent to disrespect. However, if the information is there, let's pass that on. Disseminate the information correctly. Even if it is a newspaper clipping, it is not your writing. Someone else has wrote that. Read it. If it's not true, those who are being affected will find the same newspaper and they will find me to deny. It is not in your place to shut these type of stuff down. Samson to Labrador Public. Good night, folks.
Papa Morel.
Now, Sandy, thank you very much for tuning in.
Claro, ese rey no pongo, On va pas ici à coller la tour, à souvent nous n'y voilà. Il faut que je sois qui est non Côte d'Ivoire, ouais, mon âme de vie au son voyage. Comme on vient de moi, il peut au maman. Comme les pommes, elle va se coller la tour, à souvent nous n'y voilà. On doit savoir pas nos coins, ou à nous travailler. Y'a mon époque à l'oyon. Tu te portes à eau, on nous l'ayons doué, pourquoi ouais des mots? On a se coller la tour, à souvent nous n'y voilà. Voilà, nous me commencez, moi, moi, du jour à l'emaille. On dit de la yoma, mon souvenir, mon dieu, diamant, yoma, à mon waouh. On dit que ada yoma, à mon souvenir. De la jour à waouh. Y'a lui qui porte waouh. Voilà, yoma, j'ai comme moi, lui qui porte waouh. T'as dit porte waouh. Voilà, yoma, pas ouais des mots. On a te volé la tour, à souvent nous n'y voilà. Ni va son un soco, t'as mon père. Que fait Madé Sorry Belo Bébé Kari Laissez à ce du soir le bandit La fino Assez Idawema Et Birodi